Hi, my name is Richard Goss. I'm an actor and the creator of Fried, which is an upcoming web series. It's set in London. It's won 38 film awards, and I'm here to talk a little bit about it, and we're going to show you a couple of clips. Fried is a nihilistic psychological thriller with dark comedic elements. It's a short web series set in London and explores themes of poverty, social class, mental illness and addiction. We watch throughout the episodes as the main characters, played by myself and Jake McDade, battle mental health issues, substance addictions and just the grinding poverty that comes with the sort of minimum wage hell that a lot of people find themselves trapped in. This sets the characters on a very dark, violent and vengeful path throughout the course of the series. I was very frustrated as an actor. I wasn't getting the type of roles I wanted. My agent wasn't putting me up for anything particularly interesting. And I just thought, you know what, I need to just take charge of this. I'd read about a filmmaker he was an actor, similar situation. He wrote and produced his own film, and I just found that very inspiring. I was also a QA with Jason Fleming, the actor, and he advised me, he said, you know, if you can write, and he said, even if it's not big, complex stories, if you can write dialogue, he said actors of all people should know what makes good dialogue. From a filmmaking perspective, it was inspired by a lot of classics like With Nail and I, Trainspotting, Filth, American Psycho, Fight Club. But from a writing perspective, it was quite heavily inspired by, I was reading a lot of Dostoevsky, Crime and Punishment, George Orwell's Down and Out in Paris and London, and you know, plays like Beckett's Waiting for Godot. But also weirdly inspired by, there was a British comedy called Bottom with Rick Mayall and Adrian Edmondson. Just similarities, you've got these two insane, just fucking losers living at the bottom end of London, just sort of really just struggling their way through life. So yeah, there's similarities with that. On the screenwriting side, I actually incorporated a lot of my own experiences, just quite frankly, insane and dangerous situations I found myself in living in London. For example, one of the scenes, it's a pivotal moment during the series where one of the characters gets electrocuted where they're working, and that just causes them to just snap. And that actually happened to me in real life. I got electrocuted at a bar I was working in, and you know, it was quite a painful, awful experience. And I thought, what can I make that's positive out of this? So I wrote that into the script, and yeah, it's quite cathartic. A lot of the experiences that they describe during their day-to-day situation on the sofa scenes, mostly, not all, mostly are things that happen to me in real life as well, working in hospitality, bars, cafes, restaurants, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was quite fun. And then to write, you know, obviously I didn't do this in real life, but the revenge killing scenes, you sort of think, right, if I could get away with it, how far would I push that? So yeah, that was very fun and cathartic. I was looking around with different location scouts for a very rundown, grimy flat for the characters to live in. They were just, you know, quoting ridiculous fees. I mean, like one day would take up the entire minuscule budget that I'd allocated for this. So you've got to very much think outside the box. So I was looking around in my own flat, and I was kind of like, well, this place is a rundown shithole. Let's just use this as a set. So ripped all the furniture out, plastered the walls, redesigned everything, and yeah, got a lot of very tatty furniture that people were giving away on Facebook Marketplace, or just random stuff you'd even find in the street and near a skip or anything. Yeah, and eventually the place looked like an absolute crack den, which was useful for the characters. Saved a lot of money on production costs as well. The downside of it came with COVID, because we were filming it through just as the pandemic was hitting, and we had to film throughout the lockdown. So we would begin production, and then it would be shut down for a block, and then we'd have to wait, you know, 3 months, 4 months, etc. So that was quite challenging mentally, living in the equivalent of a crack house for the best part of a year. So I wanted to make something mainly for myself. It was quite cathartic, drawing upon my own experiences, and I just found it more interesting. I don't think these type of films get made much nowadays. Films like With Nail, In Bruges, just something a little bit dark, grim, and with a kind of sick sense of humour, which I have quite a lot of. Like you watch something like American Psycho, and it's actually hilarious if you have that type of sense of humor. I think London on film tends to be portrayed as quite glamorous and, you know, this really iconic place, which, you know, it is. You know, you've got Buckingham Palace, Notting Hill, and all those places, but they don't tend to show the sort of seedy, grim, depressing Dickensian side of it. Yeah, so I really wanted to portray that side of it and the hardship that you do endure living there, working multiple minimum wage jobs just to afford crippling rent costs and horrendous rental conditions, and quite dangerous conditions. So yeah, there's the social class, the social commentary side of Fried as well. The response to Fried has actually been overwhelmingly positive. We've had some phenomenal reviews. It has won 38 film awards at festivals across the world. The biggest ones being the Award of Excellence at the BCIFF in France, and Best Web Series at Hollywood Gold Awards and Edinburgh Film Festival. So just really grateful for everything. So thank you to every reviewer who's taken the time to watch it. Thank you to all the festival judges and everybody nominated us and awarded us. It's actually also been incredibly positive for my acting career. So I recently got cast in the biggest film I've done so far. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to talk about it right now. But yeah, make your own work. You never know where it'll lead. So, going to show you an exclusive clip from Fried. In this scene, Jake's character has been electrocuted at work, and this is a pivotal moment. This is when everything starts to unravel. The character snaps. My character is very much the devil on his shoulder, sort of pushing him to do something about it. Enjoy.
What would you do?
Oh, everything they've ever done to you, every indignation, every shit situation they've ever put you in, I'd go back and inflict that on them 10 fucking fold. Every time you've had to smile until your teeth crack and say, yes sir, yes of course sir, not a problem sir, happy to do it sir, when all you want to do is cave their skulls in and make them realise, make them understand, you can't keep treating us like this. I'd go back and pour that boiling hot coffee over their hands until the skin melted off their bones, ram their fingers into those wires and fucking fry them. I'd have them on their knees screaming in pain, begging for it to stop, and then, only then, would I put a bullet between their eyes. Oh, my drink's empty. Do you want one?